I'm Samantha Barnard. My mission project is on the Purisima Mission. This mission was founded on December 8, 1787 by Padre Francisco Lawson. Purisima was the 11th mission of the 21 Spanish missions established in what later became the state of California. During the mission's early years, several thousand Chumash Indians were baptized into the Catholic Church. Over 100 large and small adobe buildings were built. A water system was developed. Crops and livestock were raised, and Purisima grew and prospered. The mission is located next to the city of Lompoc, California, 90 miles north of Ventura. The mission lies within the Purisima State Historical Park on 1,900 acres of land. Come on, let's get started on this tour. The missions were settled by Spanish government as it expanded its territory to North America and used the mission system to protect its long and exposed frontier. The missions were the fastest and cheapest way to settle these large areas as it did not require large numbers of settlers and soldiers. But from the church, the main purpose was to convert the Native Americans to Christianity. The California mission system was designed to be a complete community. They had farms and workshops and could provide for 1,000 or more residents, which included the Franciscan Padres, soldiers, skilled craftsmen, and Native Americans. Missions were built in locations that had good water supplies, plenty of wood for fires and building materials, and fields for grazing herds and raising crops. Many projects had to be completed. They needed a church, house, workshops, storage, and water systems. At first, temporary shelters were made out of tree limbs and roofed with grass or reeds. Soon these were replaced with adobe buildings. Adobe bricks are made out of earth, water, and sometimes straw, which were mixed together by hands and feet. The bricks would be made in wooden molds and dried in the sun. The early roofs were eventually replaced with clay tiles made at the mission. The Chumash Indians were used for the labor to build this mission. Daily life in a California mission were long, hard days. The missions were run by 2 priests and small groups of soldiers, provided protection. Everyone was busy. Prayers were normally said 3 times a day, with the rest of the day spent working. The Indians were busy making bricks from adobe and laying roof tiles, most of the men working in fields, constructing buildings, taking care of animals, or tanning leather, woodworking, blacksmithing, weaving, making soap, tallow, lye, and candle making. The California Indians' life changed when the missions were settled. The Indians lived off the land for food. They were converted to Christianity and brought into the missions. As the missions grew and the herds of animals grew, these animals ate the plants and polluted the water holes. It became impossible for the Chumash Indians to live in their old ways, and the missions were the only other alternative. In the early years of the mission, many Chumash were converted to Christianity and brought into the mission, leaving their old ways of hunting for food. As the mission grew, so did their agriculture. The mission at Purisima harvests wheat, barley, corn, beans, peas, lentils, garbanzo, and broad beans. This mission had the 3rd largest output of the mission chain. While the mission was quite successful as a community and had developed trade for things they could not produce, there were several problems that happened. In December 1812, a major earthquake struck Purisima, destroying many of the mission structures. Aftershocks and drenching rains damaged the mission beyond repair. The Padre requested permission to move 4 miles away to rebuild in the canyon of the Watercress where it stands today. This location has a better water supply, a better climate, and was closer to El Camino Real, California's main travel route. Other problems were the smallpox and measles the Europeans brought to the area, which killed many of the Chumash Indians in the 1800s.
I'm Samantha Barnard, and I hope you enjoyed learning about the Purisima Mission in Lompoc.